My husband disappeared 2 years ago with our life savings. The police said he likely fled with his mistress. Yesterday, I spotted him at a cafe, alone, watching our son play soccer. Tuesday morning, when Robert vanished, started like any other day in our 10-year marriage. We sat at our kitchen table eating breakfast. He was absorbed in his phone checking emails. I was reminding Jamie to finish his cereal before it got soggy. Robert kissed me goodbye. Just a quick peck that had become routine. He told Jamie to behave at school and ruffled his hair. Then he grabbed his overnight bag for a pharmaceutical sales conference in Chicago. Back Friday, he said casually, didn't even look up from his phone. Wednesday morning, the Marriott called. They were asking if Mr. Larson was still planning to check in. His credit card had been declined. My stomach dropped. Robert was obsessive about finances. I tried calling him, straight to voicemail. By evening, I was panicking. His assistant hadn't heard from him since Monday. I filed a missing persons report. Thursday morning, Detective Michael Chen showed up with a junior officer. He asked to see Robert's office, his belongings, our financial records. We sat at the kitchen table. Mrs. Larson, I need to ask some difficult questions. Was your husband having any financial difficulties? No, I said automatically, then hesitated. We're not rich, but we've always been stable. Robert handles most of the finances. Detective Chen's face stayed neutral. When was the last time you checked your joint accounts? Something in his voice sent ice through my veins. I grabbed my laptop and logged into our banking. The world tilted sideways. Our savings showed zero. $157,000 we'd saved for Jamie's college fund. Gone. The checking account had 843, barely enough to cover the mortgage. This isn't possible, I whispered, but there was no mistake. Robert had systematically emptied every account over 2 weeks before vanishing. The safe deposit box with my grandmother's jewelry, empty. The life insurance policy, lapsed 3 months earlier. 5 days later, Detective Chen showed me flight records. Robert had bought a one-way ticket to Mexico City, not Chicago. Phone records revealed hundreds of texts to Melissa Klein, a new sales rep at his company. She'd also skipped the conference. Her apartment was vacated the same day Robert disappeared. I'm sorry, Detective Chen said. All evidence suggests your husband planned this with Ms. Klein. Just like that, I became a single mother with a mortgage and an 8-year-old asking where daddy went. The first 6 months were a blur. I sold our house and moved into a 2-bedroom apartment. I took any freelance graphic design work I could find, often working until 2 a.m. after Jamie fell asleep. Jamie developed anxiety, started therapy, had nightmares screaming for his father. Detective Chen kept checking in. Michael, as he told me to call him. He helped with the legal nightmare of abandonment, connected me with affordable childcare, co-signed our lease when Robert's destroyed credit-blocked applications. During that first year, our relationship became friendship. Michael came to Jamie's soccer games, picked Jamie up when my deadlines were tight. His presence became natural. 14 months after Robert left, Jamie asked me a question. Is Detective Mike your boyfriend? I nearly tripped. What? No, honey. He's just a friend. Jamie kicked at a pebble. Dad's never coming back, is he? I don't think so, buddy. I think he made a choice to start a different life. Detective Mike wouldn't do that. He always says goodbye even when he's going to the bathroom. I laughed despite myself. I think he should be your boyfriend, Jamie declared. He makes you laugh again. And he fixes my bike without getting mad. 2 years after Robert disappeared, Michael and I were carefully building something together. Jamie started calling him Mike instead of Detective Mike. I'd gotten a permanent design position. We'd moved to a bigger apartment with a yard for soccer practice. Life had found a new normal. Not what I planned, but maybe better. Then I saw Robert Saturday at Jamie's soccer game at Riverside Park, where Michael volunteered as assistant coach. I was running late, struggling with our apartment's ancient washing machine. I hurried toward field 3, scanning the sidelines. That's when I spotted him. Robert sat alone outside the Daily Grind coffee shop, ordering the bar. Sunglasses despite the cloudy day. Baseball cap below. But I'd recognize him anywhere. The way he tilted his head when focusing, the finger drumming against his thigh. He was watching Jamie on the field, completely focused on our son who had no idea his father was 20 yards away. For 2 years, I'd imagined Robert on beaches with Melissa spending our money. The reality of him sitting alone watching from a distance was so unexpected. I walked over and calmly sat down next to him, enjoying the game. He went white, his coffee cup clattered. Caroline, please, I can explain. I smiled and leaned back. You have 60 seconds before I call Mike. He's the assistant coach, number 7 on the sideline.